I don't know about you, but I'm so sick of all of this woke crap infiltrating every single part of our society. There are political, social, and sexual agendas being pushed in all of the media that our kids are consuming. I just went to my local library, happened to walk past the kids section, and happened to see a couple books that were interesting. I saw books upon books about how Black children have grown up oppressed and how white people have oppressed them. There was a ton of Black Lives Matter content. And aside from that, there is a huge LGBTQ agenda. I saw a book about a little boy wanting to wear a dress to school and thinking he's a girl. Now, if you're a parent and you're okay with your kids consuming this kind of content, that is your decision. But at the same time, there are a lot of parents who aren't aware of the agendas that are right under their noses, and they don't want you to see that.
Going in on TPUSA is too easy. They lack originality, common sense, and are as stupid comes. I could barely make it through that clip because it's all the same garbage with a different face. When it comes to conservatives, words have no meanings. In fact, most of their buzzwords have eerily similar definitions, almost like they're the ones pushing an agenda. Agendas aside, the right loves to take words for granted, and they have successfully cornered the market on making woke one of the most cringy titles on the internet. But what if I made a case on reclaiming the word? Seriously, conservatives, the right, Republicans, however you want to call a spade, have stolen this word along with many others and misdefined and mocked them as an excuse to be homophobic, racist, and bigoted. They bastardize our language to keep us in an endless loop of defense. I am so tired of it, and you should be too. So what we're gonna do is retake this word, and I'm gonna tell you how. So hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get woke. The first step in reclaiming a word is knowing where it came from and how it should be used. It first emerged in 1942 in an edition of the Negro Digest, where a Black coal miner who had recently joined a union was quoted saying, "Waking up is a damn sight harder than going to sleep, but we'll stay woke up longer." It would later become a staple in Black communities, with it being defined as becoming aware or conscious of the racial and social injustices that impact Black citizens. Like most AAVE, it was co-opted, and the definition was allotted to anyone who was aware of injustice and wanted to fight against it, which brings me to point number 2, knowing our weaknesses. When we have catch-all terms like woke, it's susceptible to misinterpretation. It's a pretty broad term when we think about all the injustices we experience. Person A and person B both might describe themselves as being woke, but person A might be referring to their stance on climate justice, while person B is working towards racial justice. My point? No one is totally informed on every social, civil, or political issue. To me, it takes a lifetime of work to fully understand and deconstruct systems of oppression, but that doesn't mean we should stop trying. It's important that our community has colloquialisms to describe how we feel about the world around us. We should have those things, especially if it gets us closer to a more inclusive and progressive society, which leads me to point 3, getting on the offense. We need to realize that the right doesn't have a problem with the word woke. We can clearly see that with how they interchange it with CRT, socialism, or even communism. It's about their resistance to change. They benefit from how society is, well, in their minds at least, and don't want to challenge their way of life. That's why they have to convince themselves that we have agendas to corrupt their children with a deep state takeover. Most of them aren't interested in good faith discussions, so we need not engage. At most, we should all be collectively ridiculing and laughing at how dumb they sound. But if you must engage, here are 5 simple tips that you can utilize. Focus on the people, not the politics. Find common ground. Stick to the facts and avoid confrontation. Be an advocate rather than an opponent. And pick your battles. You can block at any time. I know that was quite a deep dive, but I literally cannot take another Turning Point Cabbage Patch Kid confidently showing how wrong they are about our own words. We don't need permission to take back what's ours, so why wait? So when you get the inevitable, what does woke even mean? You should say, it means I'm aware that injustices are present in our society and I'm actively learning and listening every day to be a better person and ally. Thank you all for watching Rebel HQ. How do you all feel about reclaiming woke? Do you have any ideas of how we can better accomplish it? Let me know in the comment section below. And y'all, stay awake.